Just kidding. It's not explicit. I might say shit a few times though. I'm watching Real Housewives of Orange County. I think it's called Orange County. Um, and he wakes up. He's like, "What's this? What are you watching?" I'm like, "Oh, Real Housewives. Blah blah. Oh, my parents live there. Blah blah blah." Now, if you watch this show, these ladies live in like this really nice gated community. And he's like, "Yeah, my parents go to that restaurant all the time, blah, blah, blah. But you can only go if you like live within the gates, like the restaurants and the gates." And I'm like, okay, he's not lying. Like, he never seen this show. And so then he shows me like his dad's Instagram. His dad's like on the golf cart going up to this restaurant. I'm like, oh, okay, like, y'all rich. So the next day, he's like, "Oh, my parents want to do dinner. Like, let's go to dinner." I just met you. Um, and my hair's not done. Like, girls, girls. So I was like begging because every time I was around him, I always had like cute braids. So this was the first time it was my natural hair, and my braid out did not come out right. And you know, all my natural Lisas, what a braid out don't come out right. It is not like my hair was still wet. The pattern wasn't all that. So I was rocking a ponytail and doing like real cute designs with my headscarf. So only thing I could think of is, okay, you just told me where your parents live. I'm not going to Orange County with my hair looking like this and then BB. Like, you didn't even warn me. Like, I would have bought, my good Nordstrom. I would have bought my real designer stuff. Like, I'm not pulling up to Orange County and no BB. I'm not doing it. Like, it's not happening. So now it's New Year's Eve. I wake up, talk to my mom, and I get my period. Luckily, I was nowhere else in the house because everything was white. Like, I mean, everything was white. Was not expecting my period. So luckily it happened when I like went to the bathroom. So we go to Target. I get all of my organic care. And this is my first time using organic tampons. So it wasn't feeling good. We get Chipotle. Um, Woke up probably like a little after New Year's, so like maybe like 12:02. We're like, "Oh, happy New Year's!" Missed fireworks, missed everything, and get into this real deep conversation about, "Ooh, let's make it official," and all this stuff, right? And like I knew in my heart, I did not want to be nothing serious, and I asked the universe for a sign, and when I tell you, the universe gave me the sign of my life. So it was New Year's Day. I go downstairs to use the guest bathroom to blow it up because I knew, and I hadn't eaten Chipotle in years. When I tell you my stomach was rumbling, so first error. Oh, actually, no, I'm gonna tell the story. So take my tampon out. I blew up the toilet, but it was just like a normal like big poop, like so okay. So it probably would have been smart to keep flushing as I go, but I'm downstairs. He's upstairs asleep. Nobody's in the house. Nobody can smell anything. Like, who cares? I'm on the phone with my mom. I flush the toilet. Don't nothing go down. I'm having a panic attack. My mom laughing. She like, "Why you ain't flush as you went?" Blah blah. Oh, and I used wipes. So tampon, big shit, and then wipes for my booty. Because who doesn't use wipes after they poop? I'm freaking out, and my mom, zero fucks given. So now I'm texting my bro. This hoe, yes, Jocelyn. She makes it a big group FaceTime chat. So now it's Joss, Drea, two other people I don't even know laughing at me on FaceTime, group FaceTime. They're like, "Do this, do this." And the thing is, I've never clogged the toilet my entire life. My entire life. I've never experienced that. So I don't know how to physically use a plunger because I've never been in that scenario. So I'm legit having an anxiety attack, like panic attack on overload. I mean, everybody's laughing at me. They're like, "Yo, just..." Oh, and mind you, the Irvine house was new. So there was nothing, a lot of stuff wasn't unpacked. And then there was no plunger. Like, I didn't see a plunger. So I'm just like freaking out. I didn't. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think I ever went to the upstairs bathrooms to see if they had plungers, but I just assumed there wasn't one because literally just moved into the house. So now I'm trying to sneak out the house, out the garage, to go to a store and find a plunger. First store, Rite Aid. It was like $45 for a plunger. Where? Why? So then I go to Target, and because I don't, that was like my first time really like driving around there by myself. I was like lost going into the Spectrum. Like it was horrible. So getting to Target, can't find a regular plunger. Like these are all expensive as plungers. Like I know this is a expensive county, but it's like don't nobody want to spend this much money on a plunger, and I wasn't going to. So I get my Target app and I search for a plunger and I find one that's cheap. So it's like hidden in a certain aisle. So I ask an employee, I'm like, I just checked y'all app. Like it says y'all got plungers for like $7. Like where are they at? Child, so I get back to the house. Luckily, still asleep. Sneaking through the garage, everything. I'm like, okay, cool, I'm good. I'm in this bathroom trying to plunge. It ain't working because I've never used a plunger before. So now everybody's cussing me out like, you're a dummy. Why would you flush your tampon? You're not supposed to flush tampons. Bruh, I have been flushing tampons since I was in middle school. No problems. So I'm like, what are y'all talking about? Like, that's not a thing. But everybody's getting on me like, you're a dummy. Yes, it is. I read the box. It say clear as day, don't flush a tampon. But I always thought they meant like the plastic applicator, not the cotton. So I'm guessing that's like maybe with organic tampons is different. Like they expand more in the toilet than the traditional, because all my life I was using like Tampax Pearl and stuff, but now I upgraded to all these organic products. I guess that shit's different when it comes to toilets. So learned my lesson. I do not flush tampons anymore. And if you're watching this and you flush tampons, sis, don't do it. Especially if you ain't at your own crib. So I'm freaking out, trying to plunge. It ain't working because I don't know what I'm doing. So now everybody's like peer pressuring me to wake him up and tell him what happened and to see if he'll do it. Like if he'll try to plunge the toilet. And I am like sweating. Like honestly, at that point, I would be okay with dying. Like I would be okay with the house collapsing and I just like die under the roof. Like I was terrified. So he can hear me laughing on the steps because everybody on FaceTime is like pressuring me, like, just go do it, just go do it. So he comes out, he's like, what are you, like, you good? And I'm like, I have to tell you something. And then, cause like, I don't have it on speaker. I have my headphones in because I was trying to be discreet while I was downstairs. So like he can't hear them, but they are cracking up because they can hear the, whole scenario going down. I'm like, I clogged the toilet and so he's like, oh, I'll help. And like, I was just so embarrassed because at this point the bathroom stinks. So I'm like, no, you cannot go in there. He's like, it's okay. I was just like, wear a trash bag or something. And like, I'll cover my nose. I won't look. And I'm like, you have to look in order to do it. He tries to plunge the toilet without his contacts on to make me feel better because I didn't want him to see my poop. It don't work. So he like goes back upstairs and I'm freaking out. I'm Googling plumbing people and I'm calling for estimates. Well, it's now New Year's Day and I think New Year's Day was Sunday that day. I think it was on a Sunday. So it was a fee for holiday as well as Sunday. Bruh, everybody was mad expensive. I think it was like $150 just for him to come out. And then they were like, oh, we can't tell you the exact price because it depends on what they have to do to the toilet. Bruh, I took a $500 shit. At the end of the day, I took a $500 shit. So the whole time the plumber is there, homeboy's upstairs, like being mad awkward. So it made me felt more like, weird. Like it would have been more cool if he just like, laughed off like, okay, girl, everybody shit, blah, blah. But he was just making it real awkward. Like he stayed upstairs the whole time. So when the guy said $478, I'm like, But what can I do? You already completed the service, and that's what pissed me off. Like, how is it that you complete the service and then you tell me the cost? So, I mean, this is rich people neighborhood, so they probably used to scamming niggas all day. So, boom. I signed that iPad. I'm pissed. Like, here, take your fucking money. So I was already pissed because I woke up super early that morning because I wanted to go home. Like, I was trying to sneak out the door. Like, I think I woke up like 5 a.m. Like, I'm thinking, like, oh, I'm about to just use the bathroom real quick and run home. Nah, that didn't happen. So I got an attitude. I left. But I'm going to rewind. I asked the universe for a sign. Because, like, I kept being pressured into, like, marriage and all this serious stuff. And I was, like, asking the universe for a sign. And that was my sign that, you're full of shit. And we're going to clog this toilet up. Now, my friend just made me feel better and switched it and said, no, he was full of shit. And that was the sign. But, woo, when I tell you never again...